Hi friends, I'm Mary at Alaskan Homemaker. Today we're going to make some homemade Sloppy Joes, a family favorite. Okay, so we're going to start heating up our skillet over here, and we've got our hamburger, and we're going to start making our sauce. We're going to put a half of an onion in here, and I'm going to put it in the food processor so it's a little bit smaller, so it'll be small pieces instead of big hunks. This is my veggie scrap bag that I use for broth, so I'm going to put the ends of the onions and the onion peels in here and save them for when I make chicken broth or beef broth. Okay, and this is my homegrown peppers. We're going to use this. I diced them up and put them in freezer bags and saved them from my garden. So I'm going to get a cup of those into here. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and then I'm going to get half of this onion, and then I'll save the other half for something else. So we're just going to give this a rough chop. And then we're going to blend this up. Okay, and that looks pretty small. That looks like a good size. We're going to put all our sauce ingredients into this bowl. This is my homegrown garlic that's been pureed. So I'm going to stick that in there. This is about four garlic cloves. The original recipe calls for butter and olive oil, but I'm not going to use that because the hamburger renders out enough fat that I don't use it. I just use the hamburger. Okay, and then we need 3 tablespoons of tomato paste. Two cups of ketchup. So here's 1 cup. I triple the sauce recipe. We always ate Manwich in a can added to our hamburger, and it's really saucy, so I really like it really saucy. So I always triple the sauce part when I make this, and I use 1.5 pounds of ground beef because I like it really saucy. Okay, so we've got the ketchup, and we're going to put, it's a little bit sweet too, so I cut the sugar down to 1 tablespoon. Of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon. Okay, and we need 3 teaspoons of mustard. So I'm just going to squeeze what looks like 3 teaspoons. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we need 2 1/4 teaspoons of chili powder. 1, 2 1/4. Okay, and we need 1.5 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. So we're going to give it a couple splashes. We need 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And we need 3/4 teaspoon of pepper. Okay, and it looks like we've got everything except the water. I'm going to wait to add the water because I like it thick too, thick and saucy, so I don't want to water it down too much. If I need a little bit of water, then I'll put some, but if I don't need to, then I won't. So I adjusted the recipe for our family liking. The recipe will be linked in the description box below. Okay, and there's what our sauce looks like right now. So we'll start cooking our hamburger. This is 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I save my old jars and then drain grease into them, and then when it gets full, I throw it out. Okay, and now we're going to get our sauce into our ground beef. Ooh, it smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. Homemade Sloppy Joes are really good. It's pretty close to the Manwich Sloppy Joe mix. And you can see why I tripled the sauce. That way it would be a little bit saucier and be more like the Manwich. I'm going to turn this on low a little bit and let this heat through and let those flavors meld. And then I'm going to start toasting a bun. I made some homemade hamburger buns, and toasting them makes the Sloppy Joes really good. So we're going to get this on. This burner runs high, so I'm going to have that on a 2. And here's my serrated knife, so we're going to cut our homemade hamburger bun. There we go. And if you would like the video recipe for this, we'll link it in the description below, so you guys can make your own homemade bun stick with your Sloppy Joes. I've got some butter here, so I'm going to put some butter on the buns on both sides. I'll get that in the pan. If you have a lot of leftovers, you can freeze it in a quart-size freezer bag and just make sure all the air is out, and then zip it up and then freeze it flat and on a cookie sheet, and then it'll be a little flat packet that you can freeze in your freezer for future meals. Our bun is toasted, so I'm going to add 1 piece of American cheese on here. We like to eat ours with American cheese. Here's our other bun. And now we'll get some Sloppy Joe mixed on there. Our Sloppy Joes are all made up, and now it's time for a taste test. It's just as good as Manwich. If you like this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.